everybody, this is Kathy from kathysforex.com, and this is a tutorial to how to work 10x breakout export advisor that I have just recently released. To create your own strategy, you need to know what each function is and what each function does. So hopefully this will help you out. I will also have we'll have a few set file for sale very soon, including a pound dollar set file that based on back test, it has created 93% result. All right, let's get it started. When you open up the export advisor, the first thing you want to do, you want to copy the entire license key and bring it here. Double click on this line and copy and paste it here. Then here we have the different session. We have the Sydney, we have Australian session, we have Tokyo, that's Asian session, London, that would be Europe session, and New York, which would be US session. All are set to false because you want to set only one session at a time. You can't, and you don't want to set more than one session at a time. So this one we're going to set it for a London session, and you can change the color of the border of the consolidation zone. Let's change this to let's do it blue because I forgot what the background was. All right, let's get back here. So we're going to scroll down, come below the sessions. The next thing we have is the zone limit. The zone limit is, what is zone? Zone, if you have a bunch of candles and you have your time session is on 4 hours, meaning the export advisor is going to calculate 4 candles after the time you have told it to start calculating. This would be the zone. Another one below here. So this is your zone, right? So when he says zone limit, max width of the zone, what it means is we don't want this area, for example, more than 50 pips. So we want from here to be 50 pips. Back to the EA, I have set that up right here. So zone limit, I'm going to set it up, for example, to 50 pips. It depends what time frame are you trading. If you're trading lower time frame, you don't want very high zone. You want a decent zone. If you are trading on a daily basis or weekly basis, 150 pips is okay. So we set this up for 50 for now. Now, what time frame we want to do this on? Let's set it on hourly. How many bar do you want to go back up? Let's do 4 for now. Now, buy distance and sell distance. Buy distance and sell distance is, this is your zone, this is the low, this is the high. So what you are saying is from here, which is the high, how far you want the sell order to be placed. 10 pips from here to here, 5 pips, 3 pips, 2 pips, and same for here. How far away you want it to be from the lowest part for the sell order. Okay, so I have it, the default is 10. I keep it on that one. What days you want to trade? Any day you don't want to trade, you can turn this off. Now, this is a trend setup right here. This is one of my favorite functions on this EA because this will determine how good the trade will be. You want to trade the trend or you don't. You just want to get into whatever the direction the candle goes. With the London breakout, I like to stay with the trend. Sometimes I get out of it, but not that often. So here you have option up to 3 moving averages. A slow moving average is 200. That's the slowest moving average. Faster MA is faster than the slow MA. So this can be 100, it can be 50, it can be 20, is up to you. Let's set it up on 50. Now, fast MA, this is the lowest number of the days the MA is set on. So we want to set this one up on 8. Okay, you can select all of them or you can select only one. You say no, you say no. So if it's above 200, it will only buy. If it's below 200, it will only sell. So I'm going to change this 200 to 100. Okay, now this one right here, it says MA time frame, which means what time frame you want the EA, look at the location of the MA to apply it to your condition. It would be the current, which is whatever time frame we are on, which is, and this particular example is hourly. Now here we are on trade setup. Now here with the trade setup, I want to show you this before I go to each one of them. As you can see, there are different type of a profit taken. There is just a set profit taken. There is move stop loss profit taken, which is like a stop trail, price trailing, a stop trailing, however you want to say it, and then a zone take profit, which you say, okay, the zone is 50 pips. I want twice as much as the 50 be my first target, and I want 1.5 times be my, oh no, I'm sorry, if the first one is 2, the second one I want to be 3 times of the zone, and the third one I want to be 4 times. That's this one. And you also have a stop loss place on either side of the zone. And what else do we have? You have a stop loss percent. You have this is percent, and this is a set pips. So you say wherever I enter, I want it to be 40 pips away from my entry. Okay, so as you can see, there's many options there, but you can only choose one. You cannot choose all of them, say either this one or that one. No, you cannot do that. You can only select one. The EA would recognize only one. If you create 2 different, it doesn't recognize either of them, and it just keeps on going. It doesn't take profit at all. So with all that said, I'm going to set this one on, let's do just take profit. And I'm going to set the profit, let's take it 25 pips. And I'm going to make sure everything else is false. And I'm also gonna do a stop loss zone. I'm gonna do it place true, so this stop loss will be placed on the other side of the zone for each trade. Everything else is false, false, false. OCO, one cancel other, meaning if one of your order was triggered, if the sell order was triggered, your buy order will cancel. If the buy order triggers, the sell order will cancel. I always leave it to true, just in case I'm not running the trend. This function right here, close order by time of the day, meaning if uh, you don't want your order to run through if it hasn't hit the target yet, you want it to close by, let's say, noon, you want it to close by 2, you want to close it by end of the market, whatever. So you can do that with selecting true instead of false, saying true, and place the time you want. Okay, this one right here, this one you can set a calendar date, meaning you can say I want this order to close on what day is today? Today is July 11th. I want this order to close on July 15, and the time I want it to close at 2 a.m. Okay, and this is set to true, right? But I don't want to do that right now because I want to run it for you to see how does it work. This is money management. You can set it to whatever you want. You can say, if you set it on true, the money management works based on risk percent trade. So it would be, it will calculate the risk based on your stop loss. And when your stop loss is right here set, let's say the zone is 40 pips. So based on your capital, it will calculate 10% of 40 pips, 10% if the stop loss is 40 pips. Okay, so I'm going to keep it at 10%. And I'm going to put minimum one lot just for us to see what's going on, and the rest is not. Okay, I'm going to run it. I'm going to change this to pound. Let me bring this a little lower. Okay, we're going to run this and see. Make this 100. Make this a little larger so we can see. It will show your balance here. It will also show your EA here. It shows the trend here. This is the box that we were talking about. 4 candles, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have more come. Oh, we didn't set up the time. We're gonna let it run a little. See what is it doing. So let's see, what is it doing? I'm going to cut this later on. There it is. Let me pause it for a second. So here, this is MA 100, and our rule was if the price is below MA 100, place only sell order, which it didn't. And this is our box, and our zone is actually our zone is from here to here, which is 40 pips, and we got 5 pips here and 10 pips here, and this is our stop loss right there. Okay, so everything is placed, and let's see what happens to this trade. We don't need to do the entire 6 month here. This is just for you to see how it works. So one more time, let me pause this. So the price stayed in this zone, did not break this zone. So after a few hours, the EA canceled this order because it did not hit any. Anyway, let it. I'm gonna let it go. Maybe next one we can uh, see this hitting a target, which that would help a bit with our example. There we go. Let me pause it. Okay, here we go. Again, below one MA 100, we got a sell order. Not the price, the sell order has not been hit. Okay, so we still don't have an order yet. So let's see if the price would come back down. It did not. Okay, well, this is good enough. I hope this helps. And if you have any question, just shoot me an email and I'll be more than happy to help you out. Thank you.